Respect. Not your genuine love, respect page. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Protect your energy. Hope all is well in your end. Have a safe day. Have a safe remaining weekend. And have a safe week ahead of you. Protect your energy because not everybody's serving your time. God's creation. Judging your neighbor because of the way they look or the way they tie their shoes or the way they wear their clothes or they decide to talk a certain kind of way. Never pass judgment on a God's creation, and I say that respectfully. Because with the way God created you, when someone disrespects you, they're only disrespecting God's creation, and I say that respectfully. It's a thought process for me. God created you beautiful, unique, talented, and gifted in your own special way because you are the miracle to yourself. So for you to sit there and judge your neighbor, you're only playing in your own face because of God's creation, and I say that respectfully. You are a beautiful soul. You are intelligent. You are smart. You are brave. You are kind. No need to go against your neighbor at the end of the day because the way they tie their shoe, the way they fix their hair, the way they dress. And I say that respectfully, especially when they don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards you and others around you, or let alone themselves. It's called respecting your neighbor. Respect is a two-way street. Just because you don't like your neighbor don't mean you have to exchange words with your neighbor because you don't understand yourself today. It's called respect, neighbor, and stay in your lane. You don't have to exchange words for words at the end of the day within a communication that you don't understand yourself today because you feel like your neighbor is ugly. You're only playing in God's face because of the way God created you. And because He created you a certain kind of way, your neighbor was created a certain way too. They are the miracle for themselves. And everybody's living their own path. So understand at the end of the day that God did not create you to go against your neighbor, to hurt your neighbor with words, to allow your neighbor to feel like they're unworthy of themselves. And I say that respectfully. God's creation is beautiful. For you to be mature or immature at the end of the day, when you feel like it, to disrespect your neighbor because you don't understand why your neighbor was created the way they was. You're only playing in God's face when judging God. And I say that respectfully. Allowing your neighbor to feel unworthy of themselves, it's like themselves out their own freedom. Or because you felt like you needed to step in and have controlling issues because you don't understand and respect yourself to stay in your own lane. It was never part of God's plan for you to become the enemy to your neighbor. And you became your own enemy when you exchanged words with an innocent person that didn't have malicious intentions towards you. And I say that respectfully because you're only playing in God's face, especially when that's a child of God. A lot of people take their lives out nowadays because of the fact that of someone else's thought process. Bullying is real. There's another generation that's coming up that stop the bullying. Adults. It starts with us first. And I say that respectfully. Because all they doing is seeing, exchanging words within their words and thinking it's the norm because the enemy allowed us to believe it was the norm to go against our neighbor. And it was never part of God's plan. And I say that respectfully. And sometimes you become your own worst enemy because you don't love yourself to respect yourself. Because you don't have the confidence within yourself to say to yourself that I need to look at my reflection of myself today to value my time, to get in tune to who I truly am, to heal within, regardless of what trauma was endured within you from a child point of view going into your adulthood. Just because you don't understand that that child of God was created a certain way and they have gifts within them and God put potential within them that they are unique and different and special in their own way. It's called respect, neighbor. You ain't gotta like your neighbor at the end of the day. But what God's plan was for us to respect each other with no malicious intentions, to save a life today, to allow your neighbor to not feel like they're unworthy of themselves, but to allow them to feel that they are worthy of themselves. It's the thought process of me. A word of kindness goes a long way. Not fake gaslighting somebody to play in their face. to make them feel unworthy themselves because you have malicious intentions, because you can't get in tune to who you are, to respect yourself, because you have low self-esteem. Because you have low self-esteem, you need to stay in your lane and respect yourself. To reevaluate your thought process in the day, you're only projecting that negative energy that you have within that's bothering you. Because you have not done the inner healing within. And someone allows you to believe that something caught you off guard to allow you to feel unworthy of yourself, to project that negative energy on an innocent person who's just trying to elevate and become their best self vision of themselves. It's a thought process to me. It's called respecting your neighbor. Your neighbor may be in a wheelchair. Your neighbor may be in a cast. Your neighbor may have burns on their body. Your neighbor may not have an eye. Your neighbor may not be able to see for themselves. Your neighbor may not look like you. And it's okay, because everybody's beautiful and unique in their own special way, and I say that respectfully. Everybody was created differently. And especially when that innocent person does not have malicious intentions to bring harm towards you or others around them. It's called respect. You know, it takes a village to raise a child, and it also takes a community of respect and be at peace with one another, within the community, within the village. And I say that respectfully. How are we going against each other at the end of the day to be in a peaceful environment when our neighbor wants to go against us because our neighbor can't understand themselves today, because they may be dealing with depression, they may be dealing with trauma that was endured with them from a child point of view going into their adulthood, and they don't know how to have confidence, and they don't know how to overcome their self-esteem within themselves, to have the confidence, to have respect for themselves, to understand that having self-confidence within themselves, to know that they are beautiful and that they are worthy of themselves, to respect you at the end of the day. It's the thought process of me, neighbor. It's called respect. Stop the bashing. Stop the bash shaming at the end of the day in a toxic way, to allow your neighbor to feel like they're unworthy of themselves because y'all don't look alike. Y'all was not meant to look alike. Y'all was not meant to walk the same journey. And I say that respectfully. But respect goes a long way, neighbor. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. Stop the jealousy. Stop the envious. Because it starts with, then after that, it starts with malicious intentions. Then someone wants to bring harm towards an innocent person who's not even trying to exchange words with you. Just because you're a bully and you saw this growing up, that having controlling issues at the end of the day was part of the plan. It was never part of the plan. That was part of the enemy's plan. And because you became your own enemy at the end of the day, you try to project that negative energy on an innocent person. When God said that was never part of the plan. God said respect your neighbor, to respect yourself. It goes a long way. To love yourself and value your time. To be able to look at your reflection and reevaluate your thought process and say, you know what? I don't gotta like my neighbor, but I can stay in my lane. I don't have to exchange words with my neighbor to have malicious intentions or to allow my neighbor to feel unworthy of themselves. Because I can't understand myself today. It's called respect, neighbor. And it goes a long way. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself and others around you. Protect your energy, because not everybody's serving your time. Respect is a two-way street, and I say that respectfully. Just because you don't understand why your neighbor is elevating, becoming a best self vision of themselves, it's not meant for you to understand. They're staying in their lane and they elevate and becoming a best self vision of themselves, and they got to fake gaslight nobody when they're truly at peace with themselves and when they got God working in their favor. And I say that respectfully. It's called respect, neighbor. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or person malicious intentions psych you out your thought process, along your freedom and your eyesight and your pockets, because they have malicious intentions. Because you are worthy and you do matter. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Now your genuine love and respect. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. Love yourself, love yourself. Love yourself, love yourself with God's protection for every direction. Protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day. Have a safe remaining weekend. Have a safe week ahead of you. Protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. Naya, genuine love, respect. Have a good day.